If you're getting ready to list your home in Metro Detroit, I need to talk to you about something that costs sellers thousands of dollars every single year. And it's not a bad price, it's not a slow market, it is over improving before the listing goes live. I see it all the time. A seller decides they want top dollar, so they start replacing things, renovating things, spending money in places that are not going to move the needle on their final sale price. And then we get to the closing table, and they're wondering why the math did not work out the way they expected. So today I'm walking you through the specific things you should not fix when you're selling your home, and I'm going to talk to you about what you should focus on instead. Let's start with one thing that surprises people the most. If your kitchen is dated but fully functional, do not gut it. A full kitchen remodel in Metro Detroit can run anywhere between $25,000 and $60,000 or more. You're not going to recoup the dollar for dollar in the sale. Buyers in the $500,000 to $800,000 range often want to put their own design stamp on a space anyways. What they do not want is a flip grade renovation that feels rushed or generic. A deep clean, fresh hardware, and good lighting will do far more for your net than new cabinets. Same goes for bathrooms. If the tile is dated but the plumbing works, leave it. A cosmetic refresh, meaning new fixtures, a new vanity mirror, and recaulking, will photograph well and show well without the $15,000 price tag of a full redo. The second item on my list is a full flooring replacement. It's one of the most common over improvements I see. If your hardwood floors have scratches and wear, get them refinished. It's a fraction of the cost of replacement and it can make the floors look brand new. If you have carpet in the bedrooms and it's clean and decent shape, buyers will live with it. If it's stained or has a pet odor, that's a different story, and we'll talk about that later. But ripping out serviceable flooring and replacing it across the whole house, usually you won't get that money back. I know a lot of people will agree with me for number three. Popcorn ceilings are not everyone's favorites, but removing them across the full house is a significant project and a significant cost. And in most cases, buyers factor that into their offer without it being a deal breaker for sellers. If you have one highly visible ceiling in the main living area and it's in poor condition, that may be worth addressing. Otherwise, it does not need to be addressed in your pre-listing to-do. This fourth one is counterintuitive because it feels like a selling point, and high-end appliances can absolutely be a selling point in the right price range with the right buyer. But if you're dropping $8,000 to $12,000 on Viking or Wolf packages in a home that has otherwise not at that level finishes, you're not going to see that return. Buyers are looking at the whole picture, and one premium appliance package in a kitchen with builder grade everything else does not move the needle on price. Coming in at number five is paint. Paint is one of the highest return updates you can make before listing. That is true. But the key is neutral. If you start painting in saturated colors, bold accent walls, or whatever shades that's trending that season, you're going to polarize buyers instead of opening the door for them. A fresh coat of warm, neutral white or grayish is what you want. And you do not necessarily need to paint every room. Focus on the rooms that actually need it. The sixth is curb appeal, and it matters enormously. But there's a difference between curb appeal and full landscape renovation. Planting mature trees, installing a new paver driveway, or building out a full outdoor kitchen before listing is not part of the pre-listing projects. Mow, edge, mulch, plant a few flats of annual for color, and clean up the beds. This is what moves buyers from the car to the front door. And for number seven, if you have a unfinished or partially finished basement, the question to whether to finish it before listing almost always comes up. In most cases, the answer is no. A full basement finish is expensive and the return varies widely depending on the neighborhood and price point. What does matter is that the basement is clean, dry, and well lit. If there are signs of water intrusion or structural concerns, those absolutely need to be addressed. But basic unfinished basements that are clean and functional are not a barrier for sale. Now here's the flip side to everything I just said, because I don't want you walking away thinking you don't have to do anything before listing. There are things that absolutely need to be addressed before your home goes live. Anything that will show up on an inspection report as health or safety issues. That means active roof leaks, HVAC systems that are not functioning, electrical panels that are known for problems, and visible water damage. Those are not cosmetic issues. Buyers and our agents are going to flag those, and those are going to affect your sale price far more than a dated tile ever would. Deep cleaning and decluttering. This costs almost nothing, and it's the single highest return that you can do before your listing goes live. Buyers need to be able to see the home, not your belongings. Minor repairs like sticky doors, broken switch plates, dripping faucets, burned out light bulbs. These are small signals to a buyer that the home has not been maintained, even when it has. Fix the small stuff. Fresh neutral paint where it's needed. Not every room, but any room that is significantly scuffed, marked, and painted by a color that's going to distract. And finally, the conversation about what to address should always happen with your agent before you spend a dollar. Every home is different, every price point is different, and every neighborhood in Metro Detroit has its own buyer expectations. That conversation is exactly what I do in every listing appointment. If you're thinking about selling in the Metro Detroit area in the next 30 days or beyond, and you want to know exactly what's worth doing in your specific home, reach out to me directly. I will give you a straight answer. No list of projects designed to justify a commission, just an honest look at what moves the needle and what does not. I'm Leslie Martin. I look forward to helping you make your next move.